All right. Hey, everybody. Cleta the Cheetah here. It's November the 6th, 2022. And I am so excited to be coming to y'all tonight. I've had last week, I think was, all right. Hey, everybody. What I call it was the week of meetings for me. Like the first day of the week, we had our Mary Kay National Area, like first of the month meeting. And then the 2 days later, I had the top director trip yearly meeting. If you get on the top director trip, it's like the business meeting. Then I did a call to tell some of my director girlfriends about the business meeting. And then, or right before that, I had Jill Davis's directors meeting. So I've had a lot of education. I know y'all think that all I do is get on here and talk to y'all, but honestly, I try to fill myself up with some knowledge so I have something to say to y'all. So it is important to get on the calls. It's important to educate yourself so you know what you're doing in your Mary Kay business. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to learn, and you don't learn it in the first month you're in Mary Kay. It takes a long time, but once you learn it, you don't have to unlearn it, right? And so that's the great thing about Mary Kay. So a good friend of mine, Karen Bridle, she is an elite executive senior sales director, and is finishing up, like, I just believe like any day now, she's going to be announced a new Mary Kay National Sales Director. So she's finished the qualification. They're in that time where they look at the growth of your area. Well, anyway, she had a conference that she called it, I want to say Unleashed or something, but anyway, and she asked me to do a little video that said what inspires me to work my Mary Kay business or something like that. And then she asked several other top directors to also do a little video. And then she put all those videos in one little short video. And I wanted to share those with you tonight because there's going to be times when you're like, I need some motivation or inspiration to work, because what I really would like to do is decorate my house for either fall or you're already in full-blown Christmas decoration, right? You want to buy turkeys and acre peas and do all that for Thanksgiving, or you're ready to go and start buying Christmas presents and wrapping or something else, anything but like work, right? Or like work your Mary Kay business. Although I know we're boss babes. And so the boss babes know that we're going to do a holiday something and another, whether you're doing a Pink Friday or a holiday open house or both, or holiday stop and shops, where you just set up appointments for people come over and shop out of your store, or you go to them with your store, fill up your trunk and go yourself. We're going to be working our businesses, right? But over the long term, sometimes you have to have something that really inspires you. It's like your why. Why do you keep doing what you do? What is an acre pea? Acre, first of all, it's not acre, ACRE. Google it. It's the best peas that you can eat. Latrice, that is hilarious. What is an acre pea? Y'all need to look that up. Acre peas are the bomb.com, right up there next to cream corn. So anyway, I appreciate all y'all jumping on here. So I'm going to play this short video and then we're just going to talk about it for a minute. Okay, so here we go. Y'all give me a thumbs up on my Zoom girls if everything works good here, which I hope it will. And I've only listened to part of it. I only listened to my part of it, actually. Hey, everybody. Cleta Colson-Eyre, Senior Sales Director with Mary Kay. And when I think about my why do I stay motivated to get up and work my Mary Kay business every single day? When I started, I had a full-time job. So my why wasn't as big because I had some money coming in anyway. So if I did or I didn't, but I was motivated at first just by wanting to win, wanting to be recognized, that feeling of accomplishment. And I truly enjoyed the skincare parties. I enjoyed making other people feel great. They loved the product. I loved the product. And really, I liked doing it. So it was more like, you go play tennis because you enjoy it, right? I really enjoyed it. Then later, when I became a sales director, I decided to plunge out and go full-time Mary Kay. No other source of income. And I did have to make money to pay bills, which is not really motivating, but it is fun to pay your bills when you have the money, right? So I knew that I had to work the business every day like a real job to get a real paycheck. And there were years that I was single, and the only money I had coming in was my Mary Kay income. The absolute only money I had to pay my house payment, to pay my utilities, to eat, was if I got up and worked my Mary Kay business by holding parties, facials, recruiting, and then of course building a unit with my awesome sales, my consultants that are in my unit. And so today, when anything is a habit in 21 days, so think about me for 37 years, 37 years doing this. Well, it has definitely become a habit. So you can make good habits or bad habits. And one habit is to get up and work your business every single day. And the rewards you get in Mary Kay, well, they're second to none, right? I mean, you can make a great income for you and your family. You can go on to earn the use of career cards, which has saved me tons of money through the years. And then, of course, the top director trips even. So the sky is even not the limit in Mary Kay. So, what I have found that is so true is the more you work your Mary Kay business, the more you want to. It's the opposite in other jobs. Other jobs, the more you work, the more you need a vacation. In Mary Kay, the more you work, the more excited you get, and the more you want to do it again. So if you ever have one of those days, you're like, just start, and you'll find you'll get into it and you will enjoy it. So have an awesome day.
Hi, I'm Paula Kirkpatrick, $1 Million Sales Director. And when I started my business, the thing that got me up, that got me excited about my business was gaining confidence. I had 12 and 14-year-old daughters, and I knew that as a mom, they were going to catch their confidence from me. And I needed to have higher confidence, to have girls that were higher confidence, because I know that girls that have higher confidence make better choices than those that don't. And I had to be the example. 2 years into my business, we closed another business to the tune of $320,000 in debt. Now, 13 years later, we had paid all of that debt off, and we did it because I got up every day and I got to work. Any procrastination was more interest on any money we owed. And so I knew I had to get to work, and that kept going for a lot of years. But what I didn't know was in all of that, I was preparing for something that my daughter was going to go through. I was preparing her for something that she was going to go through. And a few years ago, she was in an abusive marriage, and she finally made the choice to get out. And there were a couple of things that allowed her to do that. The first one being that every few months she was at an event, a Mary Kay event, where people were pouring into her and people were telling her how amazing she was. Most abuse victims get broken down continually, but they're rarely in a place where they get built back up. Because of Mary Kay, she did. The second thing was I was building the finances to be able to help her get out. And when we went to the lawyer's office the very first time, my husband said to the lawyer, he said, what do people do? What do women do when they need to get out and they don't have the financial and the emotional support from their family and friends? And he said, they lose their children. You don't know what you're preparing for right now, but I will promise you that procrastination will not get you there.
Hi, friends. It's Casey Henry in Carrollton, Georgia, and I'm so excited I've been asked just to share really quickly what inspires me to keep going. Well, it's family, hands down. From the recession hitting in 2008 and having no other income coming in, the opportunity to be able to keep food on my table, turn our lights and water back on, and gas in the car, my free Mary Kay car, while the others were being repoed and we were filing bankruptcy, was such a blessing. So God really threw that in my face. But since then, it's been putting our kids in a private Christian school and them being able to have opportunities in their atmosphere day in and day out that really keeps them grounded. That was a huge goal for me to be able to afford that. And recently, it's been moving my family back home. I was so excited to be in North Carolina, but being able to come back home to where we grew up and where we graduated and to pull my husband out of a very toxic job environment has been the greatest fuel of my fire for my Mary Kay business, because there is no glass ceiling. And even though I work to have experiences, to create experiences with top level leaders, because they inspire me just to think a new thought, and in me being able to be self-motivated day in and day out, It really has been my family that has kept me motivated through all the different seasons of life. And I just encourage you to spend some time with the Lord and asking him, where is he wanting to stretch you and in what ways? Because I promise you, he's ready. He's ready to not only run the race with you, but to hold you as tight as he can and to be able to bring out all the gifts that he gave you, to be able to bring those out and be able to use them 100%. So congratulations for being there. And I pray that God speaks to you, not in a little whisper, but as a flashing billboard this weekend. All right, have a great day. Bye.
Hey, my name is Lisa Ann, and I'm excited to talk to you today about a couple things that I do to keep myself from procrastinating. So I'm going to tell you a story when my kids were little. My girls were 5 and 8 when we moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and our public school system was on strike. They were planning to not have school in September and not have school in October. And then they were talking about all these things that they were going to have to do at home. And the issues were just something that Bill and I did not want our family to be in the midst of. So we decided to put them in private Christian education. But we knew that in order for private Christian education to happen, I had to pay for it. And so that was really motivating to me to get up each day knowing that what I did, the people that I shared the product with, the people I shared the opportunity with, was going to make a difference in my girls going to private education, which we did for several years. That's the first story I want to tell you. The second story is where I'm actually at. So I'm going to show you because it's like gorgeous up here. My mom lives in a retirement community, and yesterday my mom turned 88. And I wanted to be here, and I knew that I would need to take several days to be here. I'm so glad I was here. She fell in the middle of the night. We had to call security. It was a big ordeal. I look a little tired. But it's really important that when you have things in your family that are really important to you, when you prioritize your personal business, when you prioritize your family, then it gives you a reason to get up during the day and get to work and work your business. I want to give you an example, a really easy thing to think about. So when you're on an airplane and they tell you about the oxygen mask, what do they tell you? They tell you to put it on yourself first before you help somebody else. I want you to think of that with your personal business, that think about your personal business first, because you are the driver. You are the one that's going to create the momentum. Then think about helping your team and wow, the difference you can make for your family.
Hey friends, it's Michelle Irons from Rochester, New York. And when asked the question, what inspires me to keep going, to stay on my date book and to do the work? Well, I'm going to tell you, it's always been about freedom and choices for me. And what I mean by that is by working my business, it gives me the choices to do life the way I want to do my life. And it fits into my values and my goals of being able to really spend time with my family. And what I mean by that is if I was working a regular job, I would not have the opportunity to be in the NICU unit with my daughter right now, who had a preemie baby at 24 weeks. To be able to take my day and be able to be with her, help her recover, and to fill in all the gaps in her life right now, that means more than anything to me. So it gives me the freedom because I work for myself. I can make my own schedule. So I work when I can work so that I can take the time I need when I need to be with my family. Now, I want to share a message with you about a consultant in my unit, actually a story. She actually had a lot of anxiety about holding a party, and she almost thought about canceling this specific party one day that she had booked. And she went to the party, overcame her anxiety. And there was a woman named Mary at the party. And Mary, at the end of the party, was crying. And she had closed out all the other consultants, and Mary was the last one. And she said to Mary, "Mary, are you okay? Did I say something to offend you?" And Mary said, no. She said, honestly, she said, I was so overwhelmed as I was putting all of this, all the product on my face. And I kept looking in the mirror, and my friends around me were all saying, "Mary, you look so beautiful." And she said, I was so overwhelmed that it brought me to tears because my whole life, my dad told me that I just shouldn't bother primping because I just wasn't pretty. I know it's hard to hear that a father would say that to their very own daughter, but that was her story. And so she said at the end, she said, "I want everything you put on my face today, because when I apply it to my skin every day, It's going to be the healing balm that soothes my soul and restores me. So when she told me that, it just reminded me of why is it easy to get on the phone and book appointments, is because when you truly believe that you make a difference in women's lives and that women need what we have to offer, they may not know it when they're booking that appointment or when you're trying to book them, but afterwards, when they experience our product and the way you can love on them and serve them by offering them a facial and a makeover really truly does make a woman feel beautiful and builds her confidence in the process. So I hope that story hits your heart the way it hit mine. And I hope this retreat is great for you. Bye for now.
Okay. You guys, tell me what you thought about that. She had a retreat that she would play this, of course, for her girls. And I thought, I'm not going to listen to it in advance. I'm going to wait and listen to it. And I just thought, I have such awesome friends. That's what I thought, because these gals are all friends of mine. And, each of them get up and work every day for different reasons. And sometimes you're really working hard now and late, you don't know what's in the future of why you need to work right now because of what's in the future that you don't even know about. And you'll be like, I'm so glad I did, because now I can blank. And we're all in different stages of our lives. I know I'm in a stage where my parents are in their 80s, and I'm spending a little bit more time working with them and trying to help them and think of things that I can do to make their life more comfortable. Some of you are in the age of college age kids. Some of you are in the age of elementary kids or high school kids and ball games. Some of you are just having babies. And some of you are not even married yet, and you're just looking at all that. And so we're all in different stages. And if you stay in Mary Kay long enough, you will go through all the stages. I want you to think of me, you guys, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and now hit another decade. I don't know what's going to happen in my 10 years of my 60s. Who knows? Who knows what is ahead of me? You can't know. But what I do know is that, like, when you get up in the morning and you feel decent, you need to work your business while you can, because there are times, and if you've ever been sick, you know this. If you've ever, like, if any of y'all ever got COVID last year, or if you've had the flu this year, and you're like, if I can just get to feeling better, I cannot wait to do some Mary Kay, right? And because you're like, I am so sick of being sick. So when you do have good days and you feel good, make them count and do some things that will make a difference in your business. And one of those things is just adding new customers to your preferred customer list, to your customer list, period. Adding new faces, adding new customers. And honestly, the ones of us that have been in a long time, the only reason we sell more than you is just because we have facialed more people than you. We have introduced Mary Kay to more people. That's the only reason. It's just we have more people. And the only way to get to more people is to get more people. And so we all have people that we know that we can introduce Mary Kay to and ask them for referrals. And everywhere you go, you have opportunities to meet new people. I went to a wedding. It was like a reception last night for a couple that got married in May. And there was a lot of people there I haven't seen in years. And so one of the ladies I talked to, we, of course, got to talking about Mary Kay, and she told me that everything was breaking her out. She has some kind of an autoimmune type thing, and she had to use stuff with no chemicals. I'm like, you probably didn't know this. And I told her about the Mary Kay Naturally line. And she was saying, I need to know about that, and was very interested. And we're going to get together and talk about that. And then I met a couple of other ladies that I kind of knew, but didn't really know. And I thought, those are some people that I could reach out to this week, maybe find them on Facebook and friend them and say, hey, I just wanted to, tell you about this Pink Friday thing I do, or, offer them to send them a pampering package. It was so lovely to meet you. I'd love to send you a little pampering package this week. I don't know if you knew that I'm in Mary Kay, and most people know, you know what I'm saying, but just because they know don't mean they're going to ask you. Really, they're not. And so you have to ask them, where are the people that, sell Mary Kay? But the good thing is we're not trying to sell people stuff that they don't already use. Just like, they already are washing their face with something. They're already putting some kind of mascara on their eyes probably right on their lashes, they are probably using some kind of lipstick, and if they don't use any of that, they don't even wash their face. I doubt it'd be somebody you're talking to right now about Mary Kay, or they need to start, right? So think about who you know, think about all the people we're going to see in the next 2 months and how many contacts that you can make through some of those people that maybe know you sell, but just have no idea what you offer. And they just use what they use and they don't even think about changing. But if maybe you gave a little pampering packet of some free samples, they might try it, or invite them to your house for a makeover. So anyway, yeah, Melanie McCann, she had strep and the flu, and she commented on here. For those of you on YouTube, you can't see all the comments, but and she just told me yesterday, I am so sick, but I cannot wait to get back and start doing makeovers and get on my group and do facials. I went to, y'all know the 10 new looks Mary Kay just came out with. You can find them on InTouch if you look under education and then color confident, and then the last one says the looks, and then there's 10 new looks, and at the very top it says download face sheet, and it shows all the colors. So Melanie did one last week, and I thought I'm going to do one. So I just randomly picked one. It's called copper tone look or something like warm copper tones, and it was like ways that I normally would not do my Mary Kay, my makeup. Like it started out, it had mahogany all over your eye. I'm like, okay, that is super dark. And then it had like shiny penny all over that. And then it had gold status right in the middle. Like something I would never normally do, but sitting on the piece of paper. So I thought, I'm just going to try it and I'm going to do it. And it was fun. And I've had feedback from customers on there too. But anyway, said all that to say, I really didn't feel like doing that Saturday morning. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't. I had some other things, but I thought you need to have some interaction with your customers. So sometimes you just make yourself do it. And you know what? After you make yourself do that, I always feel better, don't y'all? It's laziness not to work your business. And I say that to myself. It's just laziness. I was on a call with some people this week on all those different calls. And one of the calls I got off of it, I thought, you're just not even working your business compared to these other women. Not like I'm comparing myself, but honestly, I was comparing myself because I thought you need to get off of it and get busy. And it inspired me to, pump up the volume a little bit if there's things that I want to accomplish this year. So, we don't want to compare each other, but honestly, if someone's doing way better than you, it is just one reason. She is doing more faces. I mean, like, it's not that complicated, right? And so we got to figure out how to get more names to do more faces. And there's plenty of women out there. I do want to give you a couple statistics that I shared with some of the directors that was on one of the calls that I thought was so good. And it was about women. It was actually the general manager of Canada that talked about this. No, excuse me, it wasn't. It was our marketing girl. And she said that there was all right, hang on a minute. Okay, 54% of US consumers say that it is hard to know and figure out their skin type and what to put on their face. 54%. And then 61% are reporting that they are lonely. 61% of women are reporting loneliness with small children. Like women with small children are reporting that they're very lonely. 61%. 54% of women 18, they didn't even say women, so it could be men and women, but 18 to 25-year-old also reporting being on the lonely list. They do these polls, you know what I'm saying? And that so when you think about that, and they said, so think about this right now. Money's tight. People are more concerned about how they spend their money and where they spend their money. Personalized service is what sets Mary Kay apart from all the other companies. So we can answer these two big things. Number one, we can help people figure out their skin type and what they need to put on their face, right? And number two, we can help the loneliness part because we are a sisterhood in Mary Kay. You can reach out to these customers, make them feel special. They have that bond with you. You can invite them to your customer group with a bunch of women. They can get on your customer events and communicate with other people. You can build a team with these women, and then they're automatically in your unit. You have sisterhood in that too. So, they really encouraged us to share our marketing plan loudly and proudly right now, because there is a great need for what we have that other people cannot get. And so I just thought it was pretty awesome. They did talk about our app. Did y'all know that $900 billion in sales are made through apps in today's day? 900 billion people, instead of getting on the computer, are ordering on their phone through an app. And if I said, who has ordered off an app this week? Probably all y'all. Even my mom orders off an app. She goes to the Walmart app and she does Walmart pickup on the app. So awesome. Anyway, they were saying that really that Mary Kay app that we got this like we've had it 1 year. We have had 81,000 orders under the Mary Kay app, and 76% of the users have connected with their beauty consultants on there. So I thought that was pretty great. The biggest thing they were saying is make sure you're promoting the Mary Kay app, that you're telling the people that you have a Mary Kay app. Every time you sell, say, hey, do you know we have a Mary Kay app? You can order straight from the app now, and show them how to get the app and then find you as their beauty consultant, and they can order straight from the app. And you'll find they order more products than just the same eye makeup remover that they have been using for 57 years and nothing else. They might scroll, right? How many of y'all scroll and order? You can't help yourself. Amazon, right? So, that's app, they can do that too. And so it's like the marykay.com, but it's just a little friendlier on the Mary Kay app. So there's a couple of things that I wanted to share tonight that I've kind of been thinking about this week, and some things that I want to do. So I would love to hear from some of you guys today. So Sayla, I'll just pop you up here since you're the first one I see.
Hey everybody, let me see.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Hey everybody. That video, I think we all need to get up every day and watch it in the morning before we get started, and at night before we go to bed. Because life does happen, and it is so important to work. Just like Cleta said, work when we can work, because we do not know what is coming. Several years ago, I went to visit my mother in Panama City for my birthday in January. And I went down on Friday and got ready to leave on Sunday. And her husband said, no, you're not leaving. I'm going on a trip. And the bottom line is I became responsible for her like overnight. No idea she had the onset of dementia. And anyway, that's another story. But Mary Kay does allow us to dream big, to work big, believe big, and it also allows us to be there for other people big when we need to be. So it is a great business, and thank you for sharing that video.
Oh, you're welcome. I know, I loved it myself. I'm just sitting there listening. So thank you, Sayla. Okay, Sharon, you want to pop on here? Can you figure out how to unmute? All right, I'll bring you back on here in a minute. Okay. All right. Where are we at? Connie, I'll pop you on here.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you. So I have two things to add. So I want to add on to what Sayla just said. I had a similar situation. I was actually in Panama City, Florida as well. I was there for Cheryl Fulcher's Fall Advance. And I got a phone call from my family up in Virginia that their 3-month-old and their 2-year-old, as well as their mother, was all COVID positive, and that the kids were super sick, and that they really needed some help. And isn't it lovely, Sayla, that we can do what we have to do when we have to do it? I drove a 20-hour drive to get up there, and I spent most of October, double credit month, nonetheless. So my parties had to cancel, my in-person meetings had to cancel, but I was still able to sit and hold the really sick 3-month-old in my arms and have a $500 day, selling our products. So it is such a blessing that we have this. And to piggyback on what you were talking about, Cleta. I had an interesting situation where I asked one of the consultants in my unit to do some research for me on the amount of money that women spend on makeup and cosmetics. She has a PhD, so she loves to do research. And so I asked her to do it because I knew if I said these numbers, people would be like, yeah. And so Stephanie did the research, and she found in a Groupon study from 2021 that had 20,000, over 2,000 women in it, $89 billion per year are spent on beauty products.
Wow.
89 billion with a B, I want to say. And for the most part, 18 to 78-year-olds spend $3,756 per year on products that are going to make you feel better. Now that included hair products as well as, skincare and makeup. And the average is $313 per month on makeup.
Wow.
So, when you're doing your parties, don't be afraid to put it out there for people, because you know what? They're going to go spend it somewhere. They're going to go to Ulta, or they're going to go to, all these other, they're going to go to the beauty cosmetic counters at Belk and, Dillard's and all of those places, if you're not putting yourself out there. So, that's up to us to get out there to offer what we have, because for the most part, our products cost less than those beauty counter products do when you start talking to people who are spending that. And I found this very interesting. Who do you think spends the most? What age group? Pop it into the chat. What age group do you believe spends the most on their cosmetic products? Okay, Cleta said 50s. That's what I would have guessed. Okay, Maureen said 25 to 30. Yeah, 20-year-olds. 20-year-olds.
Really?
And the second number, one of the things I read, the second number was less than 18. Like kids that are less than 18, because they're spending it on, kids that acne prone skin and stuff like that. They're going to the dermatologist and they're spending a ton of money on skincare products. So it's really, 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 daddy's credit card. That's hilarious. But it's, so anyway, I love that. And she also cited that 61% of the people are buying things from social media posts. So you really want to be out there promoting what you're doing. And, and I have to tell you, I'm guilty of not promoting the Mary Kay app, because I'm like, you know what, my customers can find me just fine on my website. But after you just gave that statistic, Lita, I'm like, okay, time for me. Because I get so tired of people saying, there's an app for that. There's an app for that. But we've got to get over ourselves, especially
Right.
people my age. We've got to get over ourselves.
That's right. That's right.
So, 82% of sales are done on Instagram.
Wow.
So we've got
Okay,
to be out there promoting ourselves, guys.
Well, thank you for those stats. I really appreciate that. And I get so tired of doing stuff on Instagram. In fact, several times I thought I'm fixing to delete the whole entire app. But I know I have to. And really, I don't have a lot of people that message me on Instagram and say I want product. But I think people are looking at Instagram and then just message me later. Anyway. So you know what? We got to keep up with the future. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Connie. I appreciate it. Okay, Latrice, I'll pop you on here. Sister.
Hey, everybody. Well, that was great. But, on those videos, as they were talking, I was like, yep, check, get up and work every day, check, freedom and choices, check, better confidence. Because when I joined Mary Kay, I really didn't have a lot of confidence to get up in front of people. So all of those whys are a lot of my whys. But I personally have to say ditto to things that you said too, Cleta, because the more you do, the more you want to do. I had an open house Friday from 4 to 7, Saturday morning 10 to 1, and I helped a consultant in my unit do one today. And literally, I am running like the Energizer Bunny. Like, what am I going to do next? And when you're not busy, you don't want to do anything. It's
Right.
the craziest thing. Like, I have been running, like taking it down, putting it up, going here, going there. I'm like, it is so much fun. So look, y'all, with all these statistics and getting excited, you just got to get something booked. I mean, do something yourself is all I got to say. And that gets you excited, but you do have to put forth the effort. And another thing, and I think you said this too, Cleta, is sometimes you may not see it come through as quick as you think, or you've done these things and you don't see the rewards yet. I promise you the harvest does come. The harvest comes, but you got to keep working. So thank y'all. And we're going to kill it in November, December and eat our
Yeah.
acre pig.
We'll kill it or bring it to life, whatever we got to do. That and some acre peas. Thank you, Latrice. Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome.
Okay, Miss Maureen.
Hello.
That's right. Acre peas.
I looked it up. I'm like, what are these things?
That's hilarious that y'all have heard of acre peas. They're the
Oh,
norm.
Lord. Anyway, well, now that I listened to Latrice, now I'm all energized up again. You got it just coming out of you, Latrice. That is amazing. And those ladies, including you, Cleta, like our why is so important. And I wrote down a couple of things that I was thinking about, like when I started, and I worked for a major grocery store company where we had store goals and things of that nature, but they weren't where in my department, like I was in the cash office. We just didn't want to lose any money.
Mhm.
So I didn't really know about how to make goals until I got into Mary Kay, which built the confidence, which did all the things. And then throughout my little journey, every once in a while, I get out there and get a little stupid part-time job, right? So while I was there, I swear to you, the whole time, the little 20 hours or whatever I would be at this little part-time job while my kids were in high school or middle school, I'd be thinking to myself, oh, I just got to get home. I know what I got to do in my Mary Kay business. I just got to, you know what, if I could be home doing my Mary Kay, well, I should have been doing at home my Mary Kay business the whole time, not getting no stupid part-time job out there, right? So it's in the faces. And I've learned in October when we had the double credit, my why, I gotta tell you, I was really with the people in October, and we're really with the people in November, and we're only into the 6th. And that October really busted it up for me to get that well primed. And these relationships, you know, it's not about these ladies just buying product from us, right? Mm-hmm. So as we get into Mary Kay, and like it's always said about Mary Kay getting into us, that's when, like you guys said, it's not a get rich overnight. It's like Latrice said, the harvest will come. And I just love everything. And I struggled so long with my why. And each time I can grab a little bit from that why, I write it down and I journal about it. And so anyways, if anybody is brand new or just like coming back into it, just give it 90 days. See the faces. Don't give up, and don't scroll and say you were working Mary Kay, because it's not. And anyways.
And you know, that's the first thing that on one of the videos they said, if you, it's Jill Davis, she says, if you feel like you don't have enough time, she goes, the first thing you need to check is screen time. She goes, a lot of you are scrolling and trolling hours a day, scrolling and trolling. And I'm not talking about working your customer group. I'm talking about scrolling and trolling. Okay. I thought that was pretty good. So I'm like, that's true. I don't even look at it. Right. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much. And I know you had a big Pink Palooza something or another. So her video in her story was amazing, that reel or whatever you did. I mean, I'm like, that is inspiring. I'm fixing to fly Maureen down here to help me get my stuff together.
Cleta, I'm serious when I tell you, I had my little phone and I literally ran. I just ran. Like I just walked really fast around. That's all I did.
It looks so great. I know. I'm just talking about all your setup, not necessarily the video. I mean, the video is great, but all the things you showed us, it was so amazing. Yeah.
So I copied your girlfriend to the T, Elizabeth, everything.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, you guys, listen, we're going to end it now. I want to give you one idea that on our Mary Kay National Area Ruby sales call that they do, our directors meeting, they had a national on there, and she showed us how she had the number one consultant in sales and the number one, director in sales, and I believe the number one recruiter. They were all in her national area. It's like boom, boom, boom. And she sells $600 to $1,000 roll-up bags. That's how that's how they do it. That's what they focus on. And she said, if you don't believe it, go take a roll-up bag and put in your roll-up bag everything you personally use in Mary Kay. Put in your roll. And I know if you're brand new, this may not be that much yet. She goes, add it all up. She goes, then take that roll-up bag. And that is what you promote on your customer groups, on everything, that roll-up bag. And you, of course, you give them the roll-up bag free. And she said their goal is to do at least, what did she say, y'all? Was it 8 a week? Book 8 a week so that you could hold at least 2 or 3 appointments a week. To book 8 to hold 2 or 3 every single week. And that they would sell 2 or 3 of those sets every week. And her goal was for every single consultant to sell at least $4,000, okay, and to do a $2,000 order. And then that's how she has so many people on the Mary Kay National Court of Sales. And she goes, even if you just started right now and promoted these roll-up bags, and it's so funny, she was talking really fast, and she is a little bit of an accent, and she's calling them roll-up bags, and it's roll-up bags, but then people started calling them roller bags, and I'm like, y'all, come on, it's a roll-up bag. But anyway, and so she just put the repair set, she put the Serum Plus C, she put the foundation, and then she put the glamour, and added the other things that we usually sell, satin hands, satin lips, and she just put it all in there. And she said she had, hers are $1,000 bags. She's $1,000 bags, and it's the truth, because if I add it up, I'm going to do it. I thought I just need to do it. I need to go get my roll-up bag I have in there, and then put every single thing I use in a day, and add it up, and then do a video on it, and then teach your consultants to do it. And you could do a standard one. She didn't talk about any set sheet or anything like that. It was almost like, come on, y'all, figure it out. Go put what you use. That's what you need to be promoting, because you will sell what you promote. And even though a lot of us did not maybe buy it all at one time, there are women that will buy it all at one time. And I know that I've had people that bought it all at one time. They've come over and said, give me everything, and it's $600. In fact, sometimes I just hold back. I'm like, really a few more things you need. But, if I wasn't, if I had it ready in a bag and showed them it, they might say, oh, just give me that whole bag. They absolutely might. So anyway, that's your tip of the week. So Sharon, I hear you over there commenting. So is there anything would you like to say?
Cleta. I just realized that for 2 weeks my phone has not worked, but I had it on driving mode where you silent your phone.
Oh, I got you.
And so the Lord was gracious. He let me figure that out tonight. But basically, I just said, sometimes we do get a little discouraged with our business. It's not going the way we want it to go. And then I just sat down and I thought about it. It's a calling. It's not going to always go the way you think it's going to go. But God's called you to this. It's a privilege to be with these women that you help, that you work with. It's a God thing. And I thought, you know what? Maybe it's not working as well as you would like to at this moment, but you can fix that. But maybe it's not about all that. It's about what God is calling you to do. So thank you for letting me share that. It just hit me really hard.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for sharing it. Okay. All right. Let's see something. Hang on. Let me just glance through here a minute. All right. Good to go. All right. Listen, y'all, we have a big month. There's a lot to do in this month. If you're in the Mary Kay National area, I want to give you an invitation. Honestly, even if you're not, I wouldn't care if you do it. But we are going to get on. There's a Mary Kay National Area Fall Advance, and National Sales Director America's Cindy Williams is going to be the guest speaker. And this is going to be this Wednesday. And y'all can just get on. You just get on In Touch, and you click under Mary Kay National Area, and it's going to be right there. But I am going to stream it right here on Zoom, so we can watch it together and be commenting while she's talking. It just seems like it would be more fun. So if y'all would like to call in, let me glance real quick. Or if somebody knows the time, I want to say 8, but it could be 7.
It's
Um,
7 Central Standard Time.
Perfect. So 8 o'clock, same time as the Boss Babe call. Well, that's easy. Okay. So if you would like to join us, and Latrice, is yours Cindy Williams as well, or do you have somebody else?
This Cindy.
Okay, so all the American National area is going to be the same, but it's consultants and sales directors. And it'll be the same time as the Boss Babe call, 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to just jump on Zoom, I'm just going to jump on In Touch and hit play, and then we'll have a good time watching it together. I think it's just one class. It's probably like an hour. I mean, I don't really have any idea, but I'm sure it'll be really great. She is really great. We love Cindy Williams, don't we? So if you've never heard of her, if you're new, she is an amazing National Sales Director Emeriti, and we love her to death. And so she has more enthusiasm than anyone in the whole company. I mean, that's no lie. You'll see. You will see. So hop on there with us if you'd like to on Wednesday. Okay. And so let's go ahead and end the